But I'm going to say this, Jamaica. I'm happy to see others joining, like Tyrese, international artist Tyrese, that has come to assist with the aid. International artist Tyrese that has come to assist with the aid. I'm happy, Jamaica. A lot of people, I'm going to say this to you, some of you might not agree. Most will, though. You know that it's different organizations and the locals on the ground doing more than the government of Jamaica. You realize that more artists and entertainers and corporate people and even the church is doing more than the government of Jamaica, The response of the government of Jamaica has been poor. It has been ineffective. It has been ineffective. It is the work of the TikTokers. The TikTokers are working harder than the government. The YouTubers and the bloggers working harder than the government. And I see a blogger take up the story about how the Prime Minister, defending the Prime Minister, lending people generators. And she is so political to the point that she when I hear her talk, she literally irritates me these days. Defending that the Prime Minister said he's going to lend the generators to the corner shops and the people then. The more she speaks is the more she looks stupid, dunce, and fool. She's literally tone deaf. She doesn't know how to read the room. But because she's C-mix, she's doing it for likes and clickbaits. She come off as somebody who is not well learned. And I don't want to disrespect her, Jamaica. But she's irritating to this space because she doesn't know how to read the room. So she needs to go keep on baking cakes, focusing on what she needs to, and leave certain platforms and things alone. It is not her forte. It is not her strength. Because the more she speaks Jamaica is the more she looks like a Latin. Baseless and fool. So I'm going to say Jamaica. If he gets 400 generators, he needs to strategically identify the areas that needs the generators for commerce, for keeping up these areas alive and well. You don't need to loan them. Give them, because there are going to be others who carry generators and more gifts. So shut up if you don't understand logistics and crisis. The response of your Prime Minister and your government has been slow. Accept that. Accept it. It has been slow. Had it not been for people like Spice Vibes Cartel and those who are out there on the battlefield doing the work, the crisis would have doubled by now. Is us the middleman? See the plane crash there. See the plane crash there carrying in food in Jamaica. And according to the report, the plane was not designated to land in Jamaica. So what else is landing in our airspace that you and I don't know about? Daryl Vaz said that the plane was never commissioned to land in Jamaica. So what else is landing in our airspace that you and I don't know about? What else is landing? 2 persons dead from it, 2 persons died from a plane that was destined to come to Jamaica to do relief. And Daryl Vaz says it was never to land in Jamaica. So I am going to ask you again, Jamaica. What else is landing on our coastline and on our shores and in our airspace that the government or the people of Jamaica don't know about? I'm going to say it again. The plane was destined to land in Jamaica. It crashed in Florida. According to the news report by Daryl Vaz, it was not to be landed here. They had no documentary proof. So you're telling me it's a Jamaica airspace loose? It's a Jamaica. It was to come to do relief programs. It was to come to do relief projects. So what else? Or was it really relief, Jamaica? Was it really relief? You know where it was set to land? St. Mary. Hey, Balloon. You know where it was set to going to be landing, Jamaica? St. Mary. Jamaica, read between the lines, man.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
You hear where it was set to? It was to land. International news calling it homicide. So if international news calling it homicide, that means somebody kill somebody. Homicide and also. Somebody kill somebody. So was it really relief, Jamaica? I tell you, be prepared for what is to come. And for what is to come, be prepared. Could it have been Jamaica? I tell you, be wary of the gifts coming. Be wary of those who shake your hand and offer gifts. In a time of crisis, this is what they want. They get an opportunity to exploit you people. Exploit you people. Exploit you people. But you and I will never know. But you ever find it strange? Daryl Vaz is always the one attempting to create the narratives about these things. Daryl Vaz is always the one attempting to create the narratives from early. Daryl Vaz is always the one attempting to create these narratives. Can anything good comes from Daryl Vaz? Bascabel. Remember, Papa Bascabella now fixed daily can't tell us about the major drug boss. All know. But the US busy bombing the little sea boats in the Caribbean. The US the US strike another boat, of 6 people on it, The fisher folks are under threat. The fisher folks under threat. But Jamaica, you and I know there's more to this than the naked eye is seeing. And you see me, people, somebody said Andre really had relief supplies. It was a pastor and his daughter who was killed. They are living in Cayman. Okay. All right. But time will tell in a few more hours who they are. Interesting times. But Jamaica, I want to say this to you. Can a government be this unconscionable? What do I mean by this? In a time of crisis, wouldn't you expect the government would say right back until about the end of January to keep the tolls open? Here's what I'm saying. Even the Portmore toll, you probably can keep that toll paying. But the tolls to go to the North Coast and the South Coast should be left open. They are not going to say there's going to be a situation where for you have to identify with the toll authority that you're doing relief through an organization. And organizations alone at the relief want to the families who are affected, who go down a weekend time for go look for them family. What do you mean by it has to go through an organization? Many people go as individuals in this time. So the mayor of Portmore, Leon Thomas, is saying that vehicles transporting hurricane relief, how do you determine vehicles that transport hurricane relief? Because I am doing it for my family. It's still hurricane relief. But the government and the toll authority is saying it has to go through an organization. How unconscionable are we in this time? How heartless are we in this time? You are going to say to the toll operators, you can't say to them for the next 6 months. For the next 6 months, the South Coast toll and the North Coast toll. It makes no sense. How do you determine who is carrying relief? You mean say only who have charity? Or who in a corporate Jamaica? What happened to the small man? Who needs to go to his or her family? Are you saying to that small man, him have to go pay already burdened to take care of his family or her family? Utter garbage, utter nonsense, utter madness, utter madness, Jamaica. Let me say it again. Utter madness. And that is why when Ishmael and Perry burn out Andrew Holness last night, I authorized the burnout, and I think I have the duty now to done him because he's not managing the crisis well. When a government cannot identify a multi-sectoral group to manage the crisis, you are going to have problems. You are going to have problems. are going to have problem. You are going to have problem. You hear him say, when he responds, when him respond, well, dirty, wicked, cruel man, when you respond, Jamaica is going to respond. When you respond, the people in Western Jamaica are going to respond. And the response you will get, you might have to flee Jamaica. You will probably have to be like Aristide or Papa that have to go flee Jamaica. Because in a few more months, when you respond, the people of Jamaica will respond.